Hi guys, and welcome back to Film Live at NAB 2016. I'm back on the Blackmagic stand to have a look at a couple of interesting updates on the Blackmagic URSA Mini camera. The URSA Mini came out last year. The 4K version started shipping around IBC time, and as you know, the 4.6K is starting to get out into the wild now. The camera has proven itself as quite a versatile camera for documentary filmmakers, independent film, a whole range of use cases. But what Blackmagic have done at NAB this year is enabled more studio functionality. At IBC there was an announcement that there was a B4 mount adapter and for the PL mount version of the camera, which also gave you lens control on that version of the camera as well. But now we have this beautiful looking viewfinder to turn it into a full television studio camera. So Tim, what have we got here? Tell us a bit more about it.
Well, thank you for coming to see us, Ben. We've got a few actually really big announcements for the URSA camera, and this has really just been about us trying to increase the amount of value that customers get from URSA as a platform. Both the 4K and the 4.6K have proven themselves now in the field, both with documentary filmmakers, drama, independent film and Hollywood level film, but also as a studio camera. Last year at IBC we launched the B4 mount for the PL version, so you could use broadcast lenses with the intention of building this really up into what we can produce a true studio channel. So the updates that we've made to URSA are really about how we can add value to customers who are using them in those applications. And there's two key updates, one on the studio side and then one on the general URSA product range side for everybody to use. So behind me here we've got the studio version of the camera, and there's two updates that we're announcing at the show this morning. First thing is a software update. It's available now. It's version 3.2. It's on the website to download, and this takes all of the studio functionality that we had with our studio cameras. So that's the remote control from ATEM, that's the independent control using our control protocols, that's lens control, that's camera control from an independent device or from an ATEM production switcher.
So all of those controls are made available when using something like the ATEM switcher units, and it gives you remote control access across most of the functions, the features of the camera.
Yeah, absolutely. When you're working in the studio, you know, the camera operator has certain controls over the camera, but fundamentally the core functions of what the camera is doing need to be controlled by a CCU operator or by the studio. So in order to do that, you need to be able to control that camera remotely, and we publish a protocol for all of our cameras. It's an open protocol. There's an SDK available for it, so anybody can write software to control our cameras or make hardware to control our cameras. Or you can use the ATEM. The ATEM has it all built in, so it makes it an easy solution if you tie the two together. All of that control has been added into the new software update for URSA. So it means URSA now becomes a completely independent studio camera channel. So software is one part of it, and control is one part, and that's available now. It's on the website, it's free. But in addition to that, we've also launched a brand new viewfinder, which is the viewfinder that you can see behind me. Because of course, working in the camera channel, you need to have a high quality viewfinder. So here at the show, we're announcing our new viewfinder. This is going to be shipping in the summertime, at the end of the summertime, probably around Q3. The viewfinder itself is a large 7-inch high-definition viewfinder. It's full colour, so you can see it has a beautiful high-resolution crisp display. It's easy to look at, but more than just being a high-quality screen, it's the ergonomics of the viewfinder that makes it really simple to use in the camera channel. If it's a fixed position, it's very quick and easy to lock off. But if you do need to move that camera around, the viewfinder ergonomics need to be designed in such a way that you can move the camera around independent of the viewfinder and yet still see exactly what it is that you're framing up. So what we've done, we've built a solution based around the 7-inch high-resolution screen, the same screen that we use on the video, so it's 4K, but we've added into it some extra features to make it into a fantastic viewfinder. First thing is, it has its complete own independent menu control, so it can be used independently of the camera, but it also talks intelligently to the camera, so anything that you're doing within the camera can also be fed back in terms of overlay data onto the viewfinder. So you've got one place to look to get access to your information about what your camera is doing. Second thing is, in terms of its ergonomics, are the physical controls. First thing you'll see is these controls on the side for brightness, contrast and peaking. Now they've been designed to be easy to access and use, but also easy to roll and scroll with the edge of your thumb. just so it makes it that little bit easier to work with. And you'll see on the side here peaking controls with a visual display of peaking level, but also you'll see the peaking change. Now you can use contrast peaking or you can use color peaking, depending upon how you want to set the viewfinder up. At the top, you'll get an overview about what's going on with the camera. And now these controls can be locked off, depending upon how the studio wants to operate and control remotely, or they can be fed from the camera to the viewfinder. And in terms of the ergonomics, you have these beautiful controls, which if I just loosen them up, it will give you some idea of the physical ease of use of moving that viewfinder around. And as you can see, I can now hold my viewfinder and move my camera around underneath my viewfinder and then lock it back up and I'm good to go. Now they're variable tension, so how much I loosen those, if I keep them reasonably tight, I can still move the camera around and just let go and the viewfinder will maintain itself. So it's a beautiful little viewfinder. It's easy to use, it's designed to work on URSA, it mounts onto the URSA Mini handle. It has a tally light on the top, so that remote control data with tally will be sent directly to the viewfinder for indication. Like I say, shipping in about the end of the summer, so start of Q3 for $1,795.
Perfect.